Over the car this morning, I didn't see the snake, and I got a couple spiders are still left inside of it, but hopefully this snake is gone. I really don't want to deal with that, especially in a confined space.
Oh my God! Front tire! Back, other way, back the other side! In the back, tire! Where? Back on the tire, in the center.
On to you.
Okay. I don't see him.
By the tire.
Okay. Yep, going towards the back. He's in the back.
I see him.
Okay.
Get out of my car.
He's still back here. Good Lord, he is big. Out here.
All right. Come here, you little bastard.
It's not something I'm looking forward to. I'll be happy once I get the car torn apart and just know for sure that that little guy is not in there. I don't think he's in there, but I've said that before and I was wrong. Today I'm thinking the dash. I'm going to take the dash apart. I don't know how well I can take the dash apart still. I'm sure all the fasteners are rusted because it's been sitting outside, but I'm going to try to salvage that the best I can. Guess I'll put you guys in the car and then just clip out, unimportant stuff, and maybe you'll see something good out of it. So the dash is what's going to be happening today. I don't know. There's not much else to say other than let's get to work.
Keep hearing stuff. Makes you real nervous to start taking stuff apart. So I just recorded for like 30 minutes. This is the only thing I'm keeping out of it. As soon as I started spraying a little bit of cleaner in it, started hearing crackling and moving, but I'm assuming it's probably just the leaves. Fingers crossed.
All right. Haven't heard any noises, so I'm gonna keep going. Really hope I don't get any snakes popping out of me. But another thing I forgot to mention is I always forget to do lights. I can see it, and on the video it's always really dark, so I'll try to keep some lights so that y'all can see. Looks like I need to get this key. Trying to get this off. I don't know which way it needs to be. Oh, that was easier than I thought. Big mouse nest. Yeah, this is gonna suck. So I better put some gloves on. Yeah, I forgot to mention that to try to give you some smell-o-vision. Even with everything cleaned out of the car, it's got a pungent odor of
mouse pee and poop, I guess. It's just nasty. You get like a box or something to put this in. Okay. Lovely mouse nest. There wasn't any important paperwork in there because it's now no longer in there. Doesn't look like anything else is important in there. Nothing I want to stick my hand in there and get, really. Oh, looks like an old set of points or something, maybe. All right, I'll push that into a different box so I can sift through it and see if there's anything worth keeping. Seriously doubt it. Definitely finding out that I need more like boxes and containers. Definitely going to have some bags to, even though it's probably pointless, to label all of the bolts and nuts and screws that I take out of this thing. So that even if I don't reuse them, I have an idea of what I need to mimic it or buy online. Nope. One of the ones that I'm really trying to get to are right here. And again, the chances of this crap coming apart, I think is going to be slim to none. That one feels rotten. Yep. That one doesn't. Oh, I see that. The head's not rotten, but the rest of it probably is. Well, it's unscrewing. It is a miracle. Let's hope we get a few more hundred of those. See, like that specific screw, like I'm gonna have to find those to put it back together. This one, I don't think is going to be removable. You might have to reach in there and just cut that one off. That sucks. Alright. Another one actually removing, I think. Maybe, sorta, kinda. Seems like it. One over here. I'm not sure what's salvageable on this car as it pertains to the dash. Of course, I'd love to, have a dash and put it all back together correctly, but I've got a feeling it's probably going to be a aftermarket pieces, hodgepodge of whatever I can find, really. Because again, I'm not going for pretty. I just want to drive it around, and that's probably a good thing, because pretty is definitely not what I would describe here. This is how some of the people I've talked to have described it as not worth it. You should throw the car away and start with a different donor. I mean, that might be true, you know, for some aspect, but I'd like to have my key back. I guess that's just going to stay with it for now. Oh no. Yeah, because I got to cut that. Yeah, I don't know. It's like, I didn't go try to find a 72 Chevelle. If I wanted to go find a 72 Chevelle for a project, I'd go find one better than this. But I already have this. So I'm in it for less, if that makes sense. Right? I'm just going to throw it away. So I think it'd be better off just trying to put it together. Even though it's not going to be perfect. Far from perfect. Whoa. We got liftage. But I still got to cut that one over there. Alright, let's see if I can get in here and nick this. Oh, we've got instant removal. Maybe a little hard on the hand there. Sure, I just lost all of the clips, as if they were even savable. Probably just going to take that straight outside. There's no telling what's living in it. I guess there's really nothing. Well, man, there could be something living in it for sure, but it's still going outside. All let's take a look behind the dash, or behind the dash pad. Still a lot of stuff. But I didn't hear a bunch of moving around. I don't see any snakes. So it might be in good shape as far as critters go. Oofda. Not much of a speaker left. There's one on that side though. This is gonna be something else. Got a feeling I'm gonna have to redo pretty much all of the wiring. Because all of that has been getting years of abuse outside, which sucks. But not much I can do about it. That's what I got now. So let's see, I guess the next step, unfortunately, I think is going to be dropping the steering column, because it's got to be out of the way to pull the actual metal dash apart. And then on top of all that, I've got all the electronics that are still all hooked up to this thing. So I'm going to have to drop the steering column down, unbolt the dash, and kind of drop it down, and then I guess disconnect all the wiring. And then do some serious cleanup work. That still works. This is gonna suck. The worst part is the disassembly of all this crap, because it's dirty and nasty. The build-up process is fun. This is what stops people from doing it. This is the, nah, I haven't gotten work on it yet. In my opinion, this is what stopped me from working on it for this long. It's just how nasty it is. And then that perpetually gets worse as you procrastinate to do it. So let's stay at it. Let me do some looking and see what I need to do to take this apart. Okay. Off camera, I removed the plastic piece. There's 5 bolts on the firewall. Neutral safety switch, brake switch, steering column wiring, and 2 bolts. One straight up, one straight up. Actually, I should say nuts. And on this side, I had to remove the steering column bolt that goes right here. You got to remove it all the way because that rides in a jacket on the splines. And then this is my gear selector. I cannot get the pin out of the back, so I unbolted it from the bottom. I'm hoping I can kind of weasel it out, and then I can drill that pin out once I get it out. So it all should separate from right there. So let's grab the light and see if I can remove the steering column. I'll put the light right here, which will most certainly be in our way here in the near future. Put you guys here. You can watch me struggle. Also, side note, if that snake is still in here somewhere, props to him, man. He practically owns this car. Because I've been all over this making all kinds of noise and I haven't seen him, so. All right, I got this one nut up here, finish taken off. Should be the last thing holding it. Okay. That is off. Okay, promising. Looks like my steering cable, or not steering cable, speedometer cable is going to be in the way for most of this process. Also, got some type of metal wire connected. Not sure what that is. And it's a little metal wire, maybe a ground. I know you can't see it, but it's right here on the side of the steering column, held on with a little Phillips head. Let's see if I can break that loose. All right, now I think it's, yeah, the rest of the steering column, or the rest of the, let me see if I can get this speedometer cable out of the way. Okay. Looks like it's mostly out of the way. Come on, you bastard. All right. I think that extra bar and the actual splines are holding it right now. Yep. All right, so I'm still splined in. Get a pry bar, see if I can just break those loose. The proper YouTube thing to do would be to bring you up here, but I'm not proper, so just bear with me. Somehow we're going to break them loose from that. So, after a funny bone hit, and I hit something else, I can't remember what it was. It sounded like a mouse or something, but it's a bird outside. Okay, let's see if I can sneak this thing out of there. Okay, making headway. Hey! Look at that, regular old restoration professional. Follow me for all your tips and tricks. Whew. Yeah, I was never getting that little pin out. Hey. I think it's the first time I removed the steering column. But, whoops. In case you're wondering, or if you're watching this for informative information, which if you are, I question why you're watching me, but looking at this from the dash down to the floorboard, these are two studs that hold the upper end. You've got two connectors here. You've got a ring of connectors here depending on what kind of, safety devices you have. This plate that bolts to the firewall, there's 5 bolts, 1, 2, 3, and then there's 2 on the other side. So this would be the driver's side, that'd be the passenger side. This is that channel that the bolt fits in for the steering column, splines, and then this is that, if you have an automatic, there's a cotter pin there, but mine's all rusted, so I took it down, took it off on the next connection. And I was able to fish it out that way. It looks like that's it. That's all it took, at least for mine, to come out. So now we have a steering column removed. Cool. Steering column gone. This light, I tell you, it is aggravating. I should get a better light. Okay, steering column gone. This is that little piece I was trying to describe. I don't know what it is. It's like piano string wire going up behind the dash. I don't know what that is. Kind of weird. I'll look that up, see what it is. Oh, there's your two studs that hold it up, and that's where the 5 bolts are that hold the column on. So there you go. End of segment, how to remove a steering column by someone who's never done it. Surprised I've never had to do that before. Okay, I'll stop chattering. I'm going to take a break for lunch and I don't know, reassess when I come out. So catch you in a second.
All right, just had some lunch. Contemplated not coming back out here and working on this thing because it's a little overwhelming, which at least for me is the biggest part of these projects. It's counteracting the overwhelming feeling of having too much. Then decided just keep working on it. One piece at a time. Hey, that one's nice and easy. Give me a couple more of those, that's good. I don't know if I mentioned it or not, but as I'm taking these bolts off, I am definitely trying to keep them in the same locations with the same product that I took off, because otherwise I will never remember where all this little stuff goes. But this round, I'm going to be trying curl oil, Aerocurl. Sure, you've heard of it. If not, you've seen it. It is oil that creeps. Now, I've used PB Blaster and WD-40, and all of them seem to have their place and pros and cons and better. But every time I'm dealing with just old, crusty bolts, that stuff just works quickly. Seems like the other stuff works, but it typically takes a little bit longer. And that's not me telling you it's scientifically proven that, but it's just my opinion. So take it for what it is. So really the only thing I got holding this up now is just one bolt and a bunch of rat shit.
put this before me fighting this for 30 minutes so that other people don't. The whole reason I took the steering column out is because there's a bolt hidden underneath it. I'm just now realizing that I've never taken that bolt out. So that's why I've been fighting this for the next 30 minutes. So now you get to watch me fight it, knowing that there's a bolt right here. So enjoy this part. I needed that little bit of a break. That's good. I was starting to get frustrated. There's like one little bracket that goes over top that's kind of holding me up here. So it's not the electrical, it's just one little metal bracket. I'm not really sure how it's supposed to come apart. I think it's seized. And I can't really get any leverage on it because I'm just working with plastic, which that kind of stinks. Okay, now that you're back, I'm just now realizing there's a bolt. Oh, shut. Yep, I forgot to grab the final bolt out of this thing. So that's why it's been holding on for dear life, because it's been doing what it was supposed to do. So don't forget to take this bolt out directly underneath the steering column, and you won't break your dash. So I take back everything I said. The guys on TV are on TV for a reason. It's because they've already worked all this stuff out. And if they haven't worked it out, they'll edit it out. But I'm too honest to do that. I'm not going to edit it out. Okay. Check it out. Our dash is out. Sort of. Well, this part's going to be slow and monotonous and not really entertaining to watch. So I'm just going to go through and slowly disconnect all the wires the best I can. And then I'll jump back to it once I get them disconnected. All right. After a lot of unplugging, I think it's free enough to come out. Ugh. Let's see. Ooh. Think I got it. Okay. After unplugging all of that, the more I'm looking at it, the more this thing is so antiquated. I see why people go back with a full restoration, because if you don't, all of this garbage won't work. So just quick thinking, I'm already kind of telling that I'm not going to be putting 90% of this stuff back. I just don't think it's worth it. Like the vacuum lines controlling all the AC stuff. I mean, that's just gut it and put a vintage air system in it. Now that's where price tags go through the roof. But if you want AC, that's a commodity. Well, yeah, whatever. That's a luxury, not a commodity, I guess I should say. Yeah, that sounds right. So since I'm only putting this thing back to be a runner and driver, I think I'm just going to gut all this crap because I don't need it. And it just gets in the way and it's not going to work anyway. And it'd be easier if it's all gone. If I do ever decide to put AC in it and all that stuff, it'll be empty back there and I'll have room. So yeah, I'm thinking that's probably the way I'm going to go. But yeah, I mean, like the cigarette lighter wiring, the instrument cluster with all that, the little lights and doodads, and it's just too far gone to save. So I'm probably going to end up, not for sure, but I'm kind of thinking just buying like a painless wiring kit, like a crazy simple headlight, taillight, ignition, and whatnot. But that's a story for another episode. So I've gotten the dash out. That's what it looks like. It is a mess. Oh, it was painful, but it's out. One step closer. Didn't find my snake friend, which is good. I am now 98% positive he's not inside the car. He could still be in the frame rails, lurking, waiting to get me, but 98% sure he's gone. So that is behind the dash of a old, busted 1972 El Camino. All right. Well, I think for the rest of the day, I'm just gonna. Oh, my clock's not right, so I don't know what time it is. I think I'm just gonna clean up. That's what needs to happen. It's a mess in here. Need to tidy some stuff up. Might end up pulling the rest of the wiring out. Not sure. Might just tuck it up for now. And then clean up all my tools, and then maybe vacuum. At least vacuum the front, because it's just got loads of mouse poop everywhere. All right. Well, thanks for watching. Hopefully this is like an episode, and I've started and finished. Appreciate it. Have a good one. Check back with me later. Like, subscribe, follow, share. Watch this idiot build a Chevelle. Thanks.